Beneath the Baobab's shadow. The Legend of Asanbosam. They say the Baobab in Obosomase has been there since the gods first shaped the earth. Its trunk is wide enough to house a family of elephants, and its roots reach so deep, they say they drink from the veins of the underworld. No one in the village walks beneath its shadow after dusk. Not since Adoma disappeared. The rains did not come. For 3 moons, Obosomase watched the sky crack with heat but yield no relief. Women walked farther each day to fetch muddy water. Old men sat beneath the shrine's roof fanning themselves with dried palm fronds, muttering about signs and omens. In the evenings, the village drumbeat slowed. Markets emptied early. Mothers lit fires close to their doors. And beneath the great Baobab tree that rose crooked and ancient beyond the shrine grove, the earth began to stir. Adoma, daughter of the village blacksmith, was the first to go missing. She had gone to gather dry wood near the sacred grove, despite warnings never to approach it alone. Her brother, Kojo, argued that the Baobab was just a tree. Old stories, he said. Fairy tales to frighten children. He said the same thing when he went searching for her, alone. Kojo never came back. The village elders gathered in the compound of Nana Bawua, the oldest among them. Her back was curved like a question mark, but her voice still carried the weight of generations. "It is not the drought that curses us," she said, her eyes milky with age. "It is the breaking of the covenant." She opened an old cloth bundle and scattered cowries on the mat before her. The shells landed in a pattern that chilled even the youngest of the elders. A shape, 2 curved lines. Hooks. She whispered, "Asanbosam." Gasps. One man crossed himself. Another spat into the fire. "We chained him beneath the Baobab with fire, ash, and silence. But someone has spoken his name too loudly." They began preparations to seal the grove again, with blood, chants, and a libation poured at dusk. But it was already too late. Aman Cancer arrived in the village the next morning. A PhD candidate from the University of Ghana, she had studied Akan folklore for 5 years, focusing especially on forest spirits and vampire myths. She had come to Obosomase with a handheld recorder, 3 notebooks, and the sharp, skeptical eyes of academia. She met resistance, of course. The villagers were tight-lipped. No one wanted to talk about Asanbosam, except Nana Bawua. "You come with your machines," the old woman said. "But there are things older than your books." Ama recorded the entire conversation. "The Baobab is not a tree. It is a mouth. It swallows what does not belong." Ama didn't believe her. Not really. But her curiosity was lit. Ama went to the grove at dusk, alone. The Baobab loomed like a shadow carved in stone. She circled it, noting its circumference, the charred roots, the strange symbols etched into the bark adinkra, but distorted. She stepped into the hollow at the base, flashlight in hand. Inside, it was dry, but there were marks on the wood. Scratches. Names. She whispered, "Adoma. Kojo." Then she heard it. Breathing. Heavy. Wet. Behind her. She turned. And the recorder went dead. That night, Ama staggered back into the village. Covered in dirt. Bleeding from the arm. Her eyes wild. "He's real," she gasped. She spoke of red eyes in the dark. Of iron teeth. Of hooks for feet that hung from trees like fruit. Of a voice that spoke not with sound, but inside her bones. She had recorded none of it. Her machine had melted in her bag. Only Nana Bawua believed her. "He chose to let you go," the elder said. "That means the binding is weak." The elders prepared an old ritual, one not performed since the time of their great-grandparents. Drummers beat sacred rhythms. Fire was lit from a coal kept buried in a clay pot for 70 years. A goat was sacrificed and its blood poured at the base of the Baobab. A sacred chant was spoken in Chi. Nsu na gwa mogia. Mogia na waipoma. Kasa na bubu adaka. Water washes blood. Blood makes the staff strong. Speech breaks the box. Ama watched, shaken. She asked what it meant. It means, Nana said, that speaking can unbind even gods. Ama began to dream. In sleep, she walked the forest as it once was, lush, full, singing with life. She saw men dragging a creature in chains, its eyes wide, its mouth full of curses. It looked part man, part beast. She saw them bury it alive under the Baobab. The tree sprouted from its blood. When she woke, her arm was bleeding again from a hook-shaped scratch that hadn't been there the night before. During the Harvest Moon Festival, the Asanbosam struck. It came with the wind, silent. The drummers were the first to die, skulls cracked, eyes missing. Children screamed as something leapt from the trees, all hooks and hunger. Ama and Nana ran to the shrine, carrying the last of the sacred ash. The creature followed. He's not hunting, Nana realized. He's reclaiming. The land. The blood. Even you. She turned to Ama. You carry his mark now. Ama made her choice. She lured the Asanbosam back to the Baobab, her blood calling to it. The villagers surrounded the tree with fire. Nana chanted the old spells, her voice cracking. Ama stepped into the hollow. The creature lunged. And she struck the bowl of sacred ash to the earth. Light burst. Fire rose. A scream like the ending of the world echoed across Obosomase. Then silence. Ama's body was never found. But the drought ended. The rains returned. Crops bloomed again. The Baobab still stands. Sometimes, at dusk, children say they hear breathing beneath it. And the elders warn. Do not speak his name. Do not break the silence. Do not walk beneath the Baobab's shadow.